Hey folks, it's United Coyote and Mrs. Coyote, and we're in Pikeville, Kentucky.
Hey, we're not in Pikeville, Kentucky. We're in Harlan, Kentucky.
But this beauty shop was in that movie, Above Suspicion.
That's right. They based it all
That movie was in Pikeville.
That's right, they did. But they did everything in Harlan, Kentucky, here in Harlan. This beauty shop and all was set
that was in Pikeville, though.
To be Pikeville, the whole community of Harlan here in town.
Okay, well let me show you this and see what you got to say about this. Okay, this street looks like a street they used in the movie, so this must be Pikeville.
Nope, it's not Pikeville.
Not Pikeville?
Nope, it's Harlan.
This is Harlan.
That's right.
You know, I think you're right, because right down there is the location of the old Harlan Hospital.
That's right.
But this looks a lot like
the scene in the movie.
Yeah, a street in the movie. Okay, what about the Pikeville Hotel? What is that doing in the middle of Harlan?
They just fixed it to look like Pikeville Hotel in the middle of Harlan.
So they could use it in the movie?
That's right, so they could use
So
it
this is all Harlan made up to look like Pikeville. Okay, I'm getting this. Folks, we're joking around at the beginning of this video, but this video is about a serious subject matter. It's about the movie Above Suspicion and how it was filmed in Harlan. Because the folks who made the movie decided Pikeville, Kentucky, where the events in the movie actually took place. Pikeville of the 2000s, of the 21st century, did not look enough like Pikeville of the 1980s to play itself. They wanted a small, quieter, more southern looking town. So they picked Harlan. And Harlan, always happy to cooperate, made itself up to look as much as it could like Pikeville of the 1980s. And they portrayed the story of FBI agent Mark Putnam, who was convicted of killing his paid informant who had become his mistress in 1989 in Pikeville, Kentucky, Susan Smith. Very serious subject matter. I'm going to handle that with respect. Susan Smith was born in 1961, according to my research, and her life ended in 1989 when her handler, FBI handler, because she was a paid informant, because she was in the drug community in Pikeville, when he, also her lover, when she announced to him that she was pregnant and she was going to tell his wife, he flew into a rage and killed her. The report I read said he put her body in the trunk of his car and drove 2 hours to a meeting with FBI officials in Lexington, brought her back to near Pikeville, stripped her, and dumped her down a ravine near a strip mines, where she lay nearly a year, where animals had picked her bones clean. And when he finally confessed and told where he'd left her, there was nothing left but bones. A very tragic and sad story. And I have to mention that both women in his life at this time, his lover Susan Smith and his wife Kathy Putnam, are now deceased. Of course, Susan Smith by his own hands, and his wife, some could say perhaps by him indirectly, because the reports I read was that she had fell into alcoholism while he was in prison, and at the age of 38, I think it was, she was found dead of a heart attack. And some reports I've read said blamed it on alcoholism. So he is out of jail. He was sentenced to 16 years for murdering a possibly pregnant woman. And he only had to serve 10 of those because, according to the Department of Corrections where he was at, he was a model prisoner. So he's living his life now, probably happy somewhere. And I think he's running like a security business or something. I read. I forgot what it was, but it was at one point in time, it was something like that, or one of those fitness advisors or something. But at any rate, and both of the ladies involved with him at that point in his life are no more. Now, a curiosity here, the family of his wife, Kathy, has always supported him and said he was a wonderful guy and it was a crime of passion, and they didn't blame him for it. Susan Smith, of course, seen him as her knight in shining armor who was going to rescue her from poverty and a drug culture she was in. And He's seen her at best as something less than that, because when push come to shove, he chose his wife and to kill her to keep it from his wife. So a very sad, very tragic story. Now the movie, we've got to warn you about the movie. The movie is very graphic drug culture portrayals, sexual violence, murder. The most disturbing part of the movie to me is where Susan's husband, played by Johnny Knoxville, probably the best role he's ever played in his life, because I didn't recognize him.
I really thought so.
I didn't think it was him.
I really thought he done
the most disturbing part.
The most serious part.
Yeah, but the most disturbing part for me was when his character beat his wife. It was very disturbing. I don't care to watch it again. I don't care to watch the movie again. It was disturbing. So we're not recommending the movie unless you want to watch it. Because be warned if you do. It's graphic. Drugs, sex, murder, violence, domestic violence. It's a disturbing movie. But
all the bad in it.
This video is about Harlan coming to the rescue when the folks who made that movie needed a place to play Pikeville of the 1980s. Everybody here cooperated, and from what I hear, done a great job. Now, it wasn't just the town of Harlan here that was in the movie. You'll see all kinds of locations, if you do watch the movie, that you will recognize. They filmed all over the county.
Pretty much the courthouse.
Yeah. Now, they filmed all over the county. Courthouse is in it, portrayed as the FBI field office in Pikeville.
Yes.
And the movie itself was made 3 or 4 years ago. The folks that made it had trouble finding somebody to distribute it. So it's finally out now. It's on, I think it's on Amazon and several of those apps. There, it's on several of the movie apps. It can be found now. It couldn't be found for a while, and I think people kind of forgot about it.
Yes.
But like I said, disturbing and tragic subject material there. No happy ending for no one.
No.
Or if you like happy endings, that's not your movie. There's just absolutely wasn't a happy ending for no one. At the end of the movie, when her sister and her husband, played by Johnny Knoxville, looks at her bones, they brought out of that ravine after he told where he'd dumped her. There, it's very sad, very sad. But proof again that Harlan is the place to come if you need to make a movie about a small southern town.
Small town.
That's right.
White town, small town.
All about it, yeah.
And for the year that it was needing to be given.
Yeah. Pikeville had a
date.
We was in Pikeville not long ago, and they have changed a lot. They done like this cut through project, or whatever they called it, where they had relocated railroad. I think they even moved the river and stuff and just changed the whole town, the appearance of the town. And it's grew a lot. I mean, you'd like to see your town grow too, but you don't want to see it, lose its personality of who it was. And Harlan has grew. The Justice Center over here is relatively new. It's been here for about 20 years. And we got the Civic Center. No, we got the Civic Center just down from here. And if you'll remember, when you watch this, it'll be in the month of November, so Thanksgiving's coming up. Let me pan by the sun, which is never kind to camera lenses. If you remember, the Thanksgiving weekend fire in Harlan that we got a lot of video of some really brave firefighters doing an awesome job, was right here. This was the location of it.
Oh, was that last November?
Yep, that's Thanksgiving weekend.
It goes that fast.
Yeah, Thanksgiving weekend fire.
Wow.
And we're not far from the very spot that I witnessed one of the most heroic things I've ever personally seen with my own eyes. I seen a young firefighter handling a hose by himself right in through this spot here, to the point where he hit his hands and knees and threw up out of exhaustion. there, and that was just incredible. I'm not sure which department it was with. Seems like somebody told me he was with the Sunshine Volunteer Department, but there was a couple of departments, the Harlan, of course, and the Sunshine Volunteer Fire Department. So it could have been either one. I think somebody said he was with that one, but just incredible.
You know what I just noticed?
What did you just notice?
That it said Harlan County Justice Center at the very, very top. I really didn't look all the way up there, did I?
No, I don't believe you did. I got the wide-angle lens on, so I'm not sure you're going to be able to see it now. Yeah.
Well, I got my new prescription.
Well, what was you expecting?
Too. That helps.
Okay. What was you expecting? The Pikeville Justice Center?
Oh no. This is very old. That used to be what? Ford Motors?
Yeah, this used to be Ford, and had the Napa Auto Parts place in here. And of course, behind there is Harlan's secret cemetery, which it's not really a secret anymore.
It's not a secret anymore.
Once you name it, you name it. You know.
I think we let that secret out.
Yeah. Once you name, there's been a couple other videos, and a guy even traveled from like Louisville or somewhere who has a YouTube channel to do a video on it. Yes. But I will mention mine was first.
Well, it's quiet tonight, right?
Yeah. Well,
I mean, it's quiet not tonight. Yeah. You can tell I got my shades on. It's quiet today.
Yeah, it's a quiet Sunday evening.
Yes.
There. Well, folks, we took you for a little walk through Harlan. We talked to you about the movie Above Suspicion and its very dark subject matter. And we showed you this
little scene that says
setting sun.
That's in that scene. You go
Okay. Yeah, we'll take a look at this. Every time you guys notice, every time I go to the end of the video, my wife reminds me of something important I'm leaving out.
Yes, I remember seeing that.
And this is what my wife was reminding me of. This little alley here.
I remember a scene in it.
Yeah. I believe they used this in the movie. And I believe you could you see this sign?
Oh yes, that's what I recognize. This part.
This
right
is the old Scott's Buy Me Dime sign. And this sign, this is historical, man. They ought to do something to preserve this.
Be nice.
Yeah, but she's right. I do believe this very alley right here was in the movie.
My mom and dad ever remembers that store.
I'm sure they do. All those old timers remembers everything. But anyway, folks, thanks so much for watching this video, for sticking with us through it, even though, like I said, it's about some really dark subject matter. Yes. And we usually like to keep our videos a little lighter than that, but
very sad.
But had to brag on Harlan actually being an actor. You know, Harlan is a legend, probably one of the most famous small town in America. But it is also an actor. That's right. This county is an actor. It portrayed Pikeville and portrayed it very well. It should have got an Academy Award. If it did, I wonder what they'd have done, like had everybody in Harlan come up on stage and accept it for best portrayal of a small town. The Academy Award goes to Harlan, Kentucky. Anyway, folks, back at the Pears and Horton building, known to Hollywood as the Pikeville Hotel. I wonder if they done those windows up there in that color. They put in like the boards and put them like a pink. I wonder if that was done for decoration, or if it's done for the CGI to put windows in there.
Lights. Do you remember in the movie that had lights at the top and around?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. I'm thinking maybe they had the computer program, but when it seen that color, they put a window in there.
Well, there's some lights there, and I was kind of.
But I don't know about that stuff.
There's a net of light here on this one and here. I think
we got a lot of folks that does know about that stuff. Anyway, like I've tried to say about 8 times, folks, from beautiful downtown Harlan, Kentucky, from right in the middle of Main Street. What do we say, Mrs. Coyote?
Bye.
Bye.